What is going on, people? Welcome back to Laced Up Boxing. How are we doing? Now, I know it's been a while, but I have a pretty liable excuse. As some of you know, I work/live on a boat and I've just crossed the Atlantic Ocean. So yeah, I couldn't really be uploading videos while I was in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. But we're here now and talking about excuses. Someone who would not give up any sort of excuse for a lackluster performance last night was Shakur Stevenson. Now, Shakur Stevenson, probably one of the brightest prospects in boxing, two-weight world champion, fighting Edwin De Los Santos to become a third-weight world champion. This fight was hyped up majorly. On a huge card, 2 world title fights on the same night. Had Navarrete versus Conceição, which was a back and forth battle, really jam-packed, full of action, entertaining, followed by a lackluster performance by Shakur Stevenson. And it's got a lot of people asking, was Shakur Stevenson overhyped? You saw in the changing rooms before his fight, he's there with Floyd Mayweather, Terence Crawford, Andre Ward, all these big names supporting Shakur Stevenson. He talks a lot of shit and bigs himself up as the best in boxing, and to come out there against an opponent and run away for 12 rounds, it made a lot of people angry. So people are starting to question his actual ability. However, I have an inside scoop. A reporter by the name of Mark Kriegel was actually inside Shakur Stevenson's camp before this fight, and he noticed that he was only using his right hand during sparring, like you saw in the fight, not letting off his left hand. And after his spar, they were checking out his left hand because it was all swollen. So even though Shakur isn't admitting anything, it seems to be that he has an injured left hand or left shoulder, which would explain a lot. Shakur was controlling the range, putting out his jab, and had a lot of openings for the left hand, but just wasn't pulling the trigger. And this was obvious to see the whole fight. And I was watching it like, why is he not letting off his backhand? I think he came into this fight with an injury. And he said that he didn't feel great before the performance, and he said he just went in there to box and to get the win, which is what he did. He also said that he had been in training camp since April, helping out Terence Crawford for his Errol Spence Jr. fight. So that's 7 months in camp. So I think at some point he definitely got injured, and yeah, he still decided to fight, which I think probably not the best decision, but I think that just shows the spirit of this kid. And the fact that he was able to go in there one-handed and still control the fight and win more or less every round, I think really does show the skill and the ability of this guy. Even though his performance was boring to watch, he did beat a fighter with 16 wins, 14 knockouts, just with his right hand. So where does Shakur go from here? He said in an interview in the post-fight press conference that he wants 2 months off to just recover and let his body heal up. So it's looking like we're not going to see him back in the ring until summertime next year. However, leading up to this fight, no one wanted to fight Shakur. Obviously, he was supposed to fight Frank Martin. He pulled out. So I think now that they've seen a couple holes in his game and he kind of looked like a pretty basic fighter in this fight, I think a lot more people are going to be calling him out now. Ryan Garcia was chirping on Twitter talking about him. However, he's now moved up to 140 and has got his own fight coming up. But do you know what I actually would like to see? Edwin De Los Santos rematch. Give Shakur a chance to prove what he can really do when he's feeling 100%. Just an idea. So is Shakur overhyped? No. I think just the fact that he's surrounded by all these great fighters and they can all see the potential in him just shows that the skills that this guy has, and the fact that he can go in there one-handed and still win a fight with an undefeated fighter. So it wasn't the fight we were hoping for, but this may open doors for better fights for him and more chances to prove himself. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Do you think Shakur was overhyped? How do you see him facing against the likes of Gervonta Davis and Devin Haney? Do you think that he is up there with those guys? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching, people, and peace.